Hello and welcome in, friends. How are we doing? Hello, hello. Oh, we are back for more fun and shenanigans. Tangle is so good. If you haven't seen it yet, I can't wait till you do. Man, it's so good. It's so good. Just wait. Just wait, friends. Oh, just wait. Hi, Miss Hightower. Will you be posting your shenanigans from earlier on the tubes? Oh, I've already begun that process. Yeah, I've got another one already locked and loaded, and then I'm gonna have another one after that, and then we'll probably have more tonight. Yeah, the things don't stop. Yeah. Yeah. They don't stop. How's the snow up here? Not bad. We have some ice. Honestly, it's not that bad. It's really not. And the temps, it's gonna be warm enough to the point where it's gonna melt anything that's gonna happen. Yeah. I want to see Frank sitting in the bicycle doors. Wait. Oh, the bicycle doll seat? Oh my God. Let's go. Sam, thank you for the 5-month prime. Dino, thank you for the biddies. Hello. All right. Let me make sure that everything is up and running, which it should be for the most part. All right. Let's make sure we got that guy. We got that guy. I changed around some settings, so this might screw things up, but it might make them better. It's a little TBD. Little TBD. But I guess we'll find out soon enough, friends. Hello. Hi. Logix. Hello. Weird. Deja vu. Crazy. Oh, I was waiting until I was live everywhere, Fry. Thank you. Mother. Why are you this way? When are the Twitch drops for Faz active? They go live at 7 a.m. Eastern time starting tomorrow. I say tomorrow because for me today it is the 2nd. So March 3rd, 7 a.m. Eastern time. Whatever that is for you, that is when they go live. That is when I'll be live. Yeah. Shadow, what's up? Welcome in. Kleiner, hello. Yeah. All the things, friends. Am I in the right place? I can't, Brahma, I can't help you. Getting it out of the way. Oh, you lie. Absolute fibs. Relentless, thank you for the biddies. Hawks, thank you for the 6 months. Glad to finally be back. Been a bit busy working on my fire training and stuff. Ooh, that's cool. Are you done your fire training stuff? No, you can't watch now for the badge. You would know that it's working right now because you would have something that pops up in the top of chat. Drops aren't active right now. No. Nope. Astrog, thank you for the 28 months. Fallen Queen, thank you for the biddies. Hello. Yeah. What are drops? Drops are something that you get through Twitch by, typically it's by watching something that's linked to Twitch for a certain amount of time. Sometimes like Resident Evil was doing one where like if you gifted subs, then you could earn badges. It just depends on what the campaign is. For Faz, it's just going to be watching. Probably for 2 hours. I think it's for 2 hours. I do. So I had early access already. I've already posted, I've already got a video live. If you guys haven't seen the walkthrough yet, it's there. If you're looking for a more in-depth walkthrough of the map, I've already posted it. It's already there. I'm going to be doing a bunch of Tangle runs, obviously, tonight, and I'll show you guys even more and more and more. Yeah. So upset that they're messing with Tanglewood. They should have left alone. Why? See, I like this conversation. Why? Why should they have left it alone? Love the basement with the train. Isn't it awesome? Dude, it's so cool. I love it too. It's so great. Fallen Queen. Pardon the hell out of you. It's identical. The layout is literally identical. Correct. Yeah. If you remember Tanglewood at all, you know where you're going. You like trains? That's cool. Yes. That used to be one of my alerts. That used to be one of my alerts way back in the day. Oh my God. I haven't had the ghost interact with the train set yet. That hasn't happened to me. No, not quite. Oh, it's so good. The update's so great. I love it. It looks so good. It just makes me even more hopeful for the maps that they're going to be doing all these reworks to. It just looks so good, man. Hey, Swift, welcome in. All right. Let me open up Phas. Let's get going. We're not going to delay, friends. We're just going to get into it. Yeah. Would it interact with the gnome? I mean, I imagine it would probably throw the gnome, but I don't think there's any special interaction, although that'd be really, really funny. That would be pretty funny. High school needs a revamp. High school needs a deletion. It needs a goodbye. That's what it needs. 100+ hours on Phas. Still, you have to have a Banshee scream. Ooh. Oh, no. Wait. Oh, okay, good. Sorry. When I switch my audio, sometimes it doesn't actually switch the way it's supposed to, but it looks like that worked out fine. Good deal. Good deal. You like the old Grafton over the new Grafton? I think the thing that I liked about the old Grafton over the new was how bright it was. And I think that there's a lot of people that probably agree with that. The new Grafton is very, very dark. When you're not playing on like fog, it's super dark. The lighting, I know. And I'm hoping that they figure something out. Prison Worst map? No. Oh, no. No. You ever played high school before? That sucks. Oh, man. Love you so. My God. Graham, thank you for the 3 months. Thank you, Poison. Darkest Joker, thank you for the biddies. Hello, friends. Thank you for the follows. Welcome. If you are new here, if you're trying to figure out what the hell is going on with the Tanglewoods, is the volume okay or is it too loud for the music? I'm starting to set new presets because it was breaking. The integration was breaking on me. So I'm like setting up new stuff. I just point a flashlight directly at my screen. What the hell? It's good. Okay. Loud-ish. Would it be better if it was like that? Is that a little better? High 0. Is that a little more comfortable? Yeah. Perfect. That'll be our talking volume. If I want to make it a little bit louder, just because we're not jibber jabbering as much, then I'll turn it up a little bit. But that's good. Yeah. I'm just trying to set up little presets on my Stream Deck. Much better. Sweet. Yeah. Is looping hard on the new map? No. And I will show you. No, it is not. We figured out the stuff. Zero. You just need to let me know, friend, how you want me to do a couple of those tests for you. The power of the dining table. Oh, sweet, sweet dining room table. See, a lot of people think, well, if the dining room table is just like it was in Tanglewood, like as it stands before the update, well, that sucks because, I mean, the ghost sees you anyway. No, it doesn't. Oh, no. No, it doesn't. Any Rex on a good streaming mic? Spooky, it's hard to say, friend. I'm not up to date when it comes to streaming mics. I know that there's a lot of really, really good ones that are not that expensive, but I can't give you exact recommendations. Like I used to rock a Yeti for a couple years, and it was perfectly fine. That mic worked great. Hear anything about lore or Easter eggs? So here's my assumption. My assumption is that yes, there's probably lore that we could find, but as for Easter egg things, I don't think we're finding that kind of stuff in revamps. I think we're going to be finding those kind of things in brand new maps. So we're not going to waste time on trying to find that kind of stuff because I don't think it exists. So the dining table is the new kitchen counter? Kind of. Yeah. Well, you have the dining room table, but then you also have an alternate option, which is the basement with the train table that you can crouch and look under and see a crawling ghost perfectly. Go-to for a few years? Yeah, that was me too, for sure. Apocalypse, thank you for the 9 months. Dino, thank you for the 3. Princess, thank you for the biddies. We're going off the rails on a playlist. This is not mine. Hold. We'll just go there. Who cares? What time is it for you, bro? Well, if you do exclamation point time, bruh, then you can see my current time. Broski. We have a blue. That's the brand stand mic. That's lovely. Oh, yeah. Blue Yeti, blue Snowball. What is it? I forget all the stuff. Are the hiding spots the same? No. No, it's good. It's fine. It's great. I'm just saying it's not the same. You whippersnappers, I got a blue Snowball. I think it looks so good. It's beautiful, man. Can you play? No, I can't. No, I can't. Unk? No. I usually go by dad if I'm talking to you. Do you know why? That's why. You son of a bitch. What up, Papa? You can call me Papa. Oh, that's weird. Don't do that. Playing solo? Yeah. Yeah, we're doing some solars. Indeed, friend, indeed. Listen, someone's up past their bedtime. I'm just trying to convince them to go to sleep before their mom yells at them. New tangles? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Steph, thank you for the 27 months. Relax, all of you. Is there a secret with the new tangle? Not that I'm aware of. I'm happy to go to bed early. Oh, did they fix the bug with the tier 3 dots going through the ceiling? Where? If you're talking about here, I mean, I don't know about any fixes of any kind for this. They probably are doing that in the background before they update our branch of what we have so that it's ready for tomorrow. Yeah. I'm a little sorry. No, you're not. Don't you fib. Oh, ooh, that's a really good point. I didn't even look for that. No, this is still prison, but it's possible that they release a new one tomorrow. We just don't know if they're going to or not. Yeah, patch notes. We got to wait and see if they give us like any bug fixes. Like we haven't seen any of that stuff. We haven't seen anything when it regards that kind of stuff. So we'll be just as surprised as you guys. The weekly, if the weekly is new tomorrow, they definitely did not include it with this. So I'm still in line with everything. So it's fine. Probably pass out soonish. Oh, you're a good friend. I was almost going to drink coffee tonight just to be extra awake. And I was like, you know what? That's probably a stupid idea because I'm going to be up really early. So yeah, we're not going to do that. Thank y'all for the follows, man. All right, let me try something real quick. Oh, I pray that this actually works, because if this works, then I have figured things out. Got 2 stinky Gorios for the weekly. Will the cursed possession location change? It's not going to change from what we've already found out. Yeah, it's not going to change from what we've already found out. So, I mean, it just depends on what difficulty you're on, if you're going to have a cursed possession or not. Yeah. Outputs. Go there, try that. Hopefully that also works. If it does, that's going to be great. I guess we'll find out soon enough. Okay. All right, I'm ready to rock. So let's recap real quick. So Tanglewood is releasing to the public tomorrow. I say tomorrow because it's the 2nd. It's releasing to the public March 3rd at 7 a.m. Eastern time. Along with the new Tanglewood, drops are also going to be starting at 7 a.m. Eastern time. I plan to go live at a little bit before to be ready so that when 7 a.m. hits, we're ready to rock. Okay. And then it is available to everybody at that point. Drops are only on Kinetic partner channels for the first week, but Tanglewood releases to all. Okay. Just a heads up for anybody that's a little bit confused. Let's do a nice little warm up. I think I want to do some no evidence at some point here, but let's do a nice little nightmare. A nice little nightmare to get things going. A blood moon would be sweet. I haven't yet to see that. Are you planning on sleeping this week? Nah. Nah, it's overrated. Don't need it. Blood moon would be freaking great. Yeah, we're just going to keep going until it works, man. Poison Ivy, thank you for the gifted friend. So hyped for the map, heck yeah. Hey, what up, Reed? All right, if things don't work, I might have to cut where I am today. If you know what I'm saying, but we'll figure it out. Sleeps for the week? No, I love sleep. I love sleep. Is there a new achievement for an Easter egg on Tangle? I don't know of any Easter egg on Tanglewood, so I'm going to say probably not. I say probably not because I don't know for sure. Yeah. Keith. Escape the ghost. Sound recorder. EMF. Let's ride. Let's ride. Ooh, we got the sunrise. So one of the critiques that I already had immediately was, this is clear. This is clear. Like, well, no, sorry, this is sunrise. This is not clear. But you hear how windy that is? It's that windy all the time. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that or not. Could you boost your chances of blood moon by having the weather set to rain? No. No, it has nothing to do with the rain preset stuff. Thank you for the follow, Ashley. Hello. Adjo, welcome in. Bran, hello. Yeah, so I don't know why it sounds so windy all the time. Hey, it's Norm. This is Norm the gnome. Get to know him well. He's a friend. All right, let's go. Yeah, I start tomorrow 7 a.m. That's my plan. I need to talk to the missus, make sure that she's cool with that. Ghosty. Oh, you're locked. Okay. Norm. Yeah, Norm silent with the silent G. That's correct. I thought I heard something, but maybe not. Yeah, it's a gnome. Oh. Found ya. Let's go turn the power on. Oh, such a habit to look to the left. Little ironing. Okay. Yeah, 2 blood moons back to back. That's great for you. Norm belongs on the train table. We'll get there. We'll get there. It's gonna be a new fave. It's up there for me. It certainly is. It's a good luck gnome. What is that achievement? What was that in where you had to carry the gnome through the entire game? Is that Half-Life? My favorite map is Willow. Yeah. Where can I see what the new drop awards are going to be? Right here. Oh shit. That's the wrong thing. This. Just animated. Was it Left 4 Dead 2? I thought it was Half-Life 2. Oh, was it both of them? Oh, okay. Yeah. That just animated. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Demon. Thank you for the 16 months, man. Oh, it's the fan. Oh my God. Ghosty. Are you doing laundry? Maybe not. Ooh, dining. It's 10 degrees here. 18. Oh my word. We get it. Okay, so it's actually there. Roger that. Let's do there. Let's get this over there. That's fine. That's good. Will there be a Tanglewood badge? There is one. Yeah, we don't know what it looks like yet, though. If you're talking about completing the map 50 times correctly, getting the ghost correct 50 times, yeah, there is a badge for that. We just don't know what it looks like. Not yet. Give me this. Give me this. Give me that. Give me this. Give me that. Give me this. The doors of the new Tangle haven't been greased either. No. I mean, listen. Do you think the lady that lived here greased the doors? No, not in a row. Total. Just in total. Where are you? Oh, well, I can't. It's going to be too late. Gotcha. Writing. Let's put this here. Whoa. Nope, it's still happening. Okay, roger that. The lady left a banana to go bad. Okay, well, I don't know if that was the top of her priority list. Make sure this Nana doesn't go bad. Okay. More stuff. I don't even know what the cursed possession is either. Hey, Carrie. How are you, friend? We've got some writings. Okay. What is my opinion? Beautiful. The rework is awesome. I love it to death. Fan-frickin-tastic. Let's bring this, this, and this. Can a Pulte do the Pulte bomb when you're outside the house? It certainly can. Yep. Jesus. Good Lord, Jandis. Got it. Yeah, you stippy those stompies. All right, no UV. Are they going to add the animation? Animation for what? Iron Lady, thank you for the 21 months. Thank you, thank you. What animation? Cold, no freezing. Can it be a Goryo? No. What am I missing, bruh? What are we missing? I didn't see any ultraviolet. It's not doing dots. No fivers. I could try Spirit Box again. Maybe the Spirit Box is just being a pain in the arse. Where are you? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you?
From behind.
I knew it. Dio, Moroi, Mare, Pulte, Spirit. I mean, that was kind of an aggressive throw. I don't know if it was aggressive enough, though. I'll have to DM with what I think the best way to check is. Thank you, Zero. Any sounds, Ghosty? You hope there's an Easter egg? I'm going to almost... I'm going to say I'm 90% certain that there is not one. That's just my take. I don't think there is. You're welcome to look. I don't think there is one. Okay, that's cool. Can you, like, talk? Do something, bruh? I go get a firelight. Go get another crucifix if I need to. Blah, blah, blah. Hey, Drizzy, welcome in. How are you? Thank you for the follows, friends. The thing on the shelf, I know. They just lift it straight up into the air. I thought there was one with the train set. It says who, though? Winter touch? No sounds. Okay, well, you know what I mean. No sounds I can record. Ghosty. Hello. Looping spots? Here. This is one. Or you go down here. Go into the basement. What the hell? What the hell? What are you doing all the way over here? Are you moving? No, that's still part of the ghost room. So this is all a room. This whole thing, dining to there, that's all one room. And then when you go to kitchen, then it's a different room. What time of day the update is? Yeah, it's going to be 7 a.m. Eastern on the 3rd. Yep. Yep. Okay. You're touching a lot of stuff, but I don't know if that's like enough. You know what I mean? Here, I'll just give you a bunch of moldy crap. Here. In case you want to have fun. Give me that. And you notice it hasn't thrown multiple objects. It's only done single objects the entire time. Where are you? Are you here?
I'm far from there.
Are you here? Where are you?
Slips away.
Are you here? Where are you? Where are you? Are you here? Oh, it's Le Boucher. Hello, sir. No. There it is. There we go. There we go. Sassy, if you do exclamation point drops, friend, should give you the informations. Okay, yeah. Oh, man. Finally a sound I know. It's being very stingy. It's really weird with the red lights. Was that a double because of the event? Mother effer. Got excited. What the? Hey, Catherine. Son of a... Just eat the crucifix. Let me get this sound, please. Go ahead. Oh, spirit box. Duh. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Are you here?
That was taken away.
Where are you? I was holding down the right click. Where are you? Are you here?
Found far from their home.
There we go. Holy snikes. Have I been on all day? No. No. No, I stopped around, probably around like 1-ish my time in the afternoon, and then just started now. Is that dinner table a good looping spot? It certainly is. You break all line of sight with the ghost by crouching next to it. Yeah. Do you have to watch live to get the drop? You can't watch VODs. It has to be live. Yeah. It's not like a watch streak. It's not like that. You have to be watching a stream that's live streaming the game. All right, let's bring another one of those. And then... Oh, I need a photo of the EMF. I didn't even do that yet. Going with this? Yeah, sure. The ghost with the jigsaw puzzles, we did notice that. Now, I didn't get to watch it do it. Does it matter what device you're on? No. No, as long as it is, like you said, connected. What does that mean? What does what mean? I got ghost running from that. What the hell? There we go. EMF pick? Yeah, I got it. Not a fan of the new farmhouse maps. A little apprehensive about the Tanglewood rework, but it honestly looks great. That's fair. I think the biggest takeaway from a lot of people with the farmhouse is just they felt it was very dark. That was the biggest thing. I know I could be getting media. I'm just not even focused on it. They just felt it was very dark. And that's really fair because Grafton is so dark. Do I have a favorite part of the new Tangle? I told Tom that my favorite thing about the new map so far has been the lighting. That's from my left. You hear that little a-hole? Well, it's not a Dio. The chances of this being a Moroi are very slim. Would it be funny to have burgling gnomes reference? Given the gnomes the long skinny arms, that'd be kind of funny. It's done. He came from over there. Interesting. Yeah, I don't even know what the cursed object is. It's not Franklin. There's no bone there. Did I just hear a ghost gargle? What the hell? Hey, hey. Oh, it was too close. I couldn't get a picture of the fat. Is Willer Street next for the facelift? I think so. Yeah. Hey, Astrock. Uh-oh. I shouldn't stand there. Son of a bitch. No monkey paw. Hey, Shake. What's up, Ellen? Yeah, I could get the bone and the cursed object, whatever the heck the cursed object is. It might be downstairs. Don't come into my garage. Yeah, get out of here. There we go. Oh, there we go. No? What? What? It might be the music box. Oh, I got more coughs coming. Hold on. There we go. Oh. Yeah, it might be the music box. What in the... Le pocher. Oh. Saw the bone in the living room between the couch and the coffee table. Roger that. Put it, yeah, it's Nightmare, so I'll have one. Yeah, yeah, I will get one. You thought you saw the bone over here. I do not see the bone over here. Oh, gross. It's the cards. Oh. Where the bone, where the bone, where the bone at? Where the hell's the bone? Hey, Pipsqueak, thank you for the 4 months. What the hell? Looking at baskets and stuff. Is this Phasmo? It is. Okay. Hold, please. Map is so pretty. Isn't it so nice? Sup, nerds? What if we had an amusement park map? I'd prefer if we had that, but it's going to take a long time, probably. Ninja, think of the 34 months. Thank you guys for the follows. Life with Zoe, SJ, Mason, Subland, Brady. Let's get another one of those over there. Get another one of those over there. Oh, thank you, Mayor. I need to figure out a way to automate this. I set it up to do it, and then I just never hit enter. And then I actually never hit enter. Gosh dang it. All right, close this down. Close that. There we go. Okay, we're good. There we go. Very, thank you for the daily heartbeat. All right, we're going to go put the crucifix here by the front door because that's where the ghosty is. You shut your lips, Emery. You shut your lips. Where are you spawning from, hotshot? Too bad the TV doesn't play. What the? What are you doing over there? Here, eat that. Leave me alone. Ghost has opinions, and he really wants us to know about it. Here, just stay there. Watch, the bone is going to be in this room. The bone is going to be over here somewhere. Like, I don't think I... Oh my god, you piece of crap. Where haven't I looked? Hey, Metallic Crow. Living room. Laundry. Maybe let me loop the basement. Maybe it's in like a corner or something. Is it in the fridge? That'd be kind of funny. Watch it. I was gonna say, what if it's on the train table? I don't see a boner jam in there anywhere. Nothing. No. Ooh. Yeah, see, if it's over here, that's cheating. Does the train work? Does that answer your question? Hey, you turn the lights on. Oh my god. Kind of waiting for this thing to hunt. Just watch the first vid. Yeah, it reminds you of Beetlejuice. I've heard that. What else have we heard? What else did somebody else say? What it reminded them of? Oh no, I said it was kind of like Addams Family. Whenever like the movie, whenever Gomez was ever playing, he was playing with the train set. That was the wrong one. No, it was not. Okay, so I guess it might be eating the crucifix by the front door. Have you checked the front room? Probably missed it. I think I did look in the front room, but I probably just did a quick glance and then kept moving. Hey, Dobby. Loving the stream. Thank you, friend. The drops will begin on the 3rd at 7 a.m. On the 3rd at 7. Oh, community train. Oh. Okay, I'm about to just... Kind of just tired of waiting for him. Forgot to add the bone. I'm gonna go to the front door and he's gonna start hunting. Throw an egg at him. That'll reveal where the ghost is. Or so I've been told. Oh, hey, an extra smudge. There we go. Touche. Touche. All right, that's everything. That's everything except not knowing exactly what the ghost is. It can't be a Moroi. There's no way in hell it's a Moroi. I'm thinking spirit with how long it waited to hunt. It waited a really long time, didn't it? What a mess. I didn't even hear the door shut. Does that give you any hope about this table? Holy shit, never mind. Dining room table, new looping spot. Do you notice how the ghost can't see you here? Look. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I can smell you. Tiny Fox! Thank you for the subs. least. That was close. Almost had me. Doom, thank you for the biddies. Thank you guys for the follows. Hello. Is this going to be the new Tanglewood? This is the new Tanglewood, yeah. We're gonna loop it in the kitchen. I'm gonna loop it. Oh, don't fart on me, you sicko. Hey, not very nice. Okay. Try this again. Game, I need you to stop lagging. Thanks. Thanks. You're definitely not hunting. Oh, it's an event. Oh my god. I couldn't see the ghost. It was a shadow. Woo! That puckered my butt. That puckered my butt just a little bit. Just a little bit. Holy night. Wait for it to get the hell away from me. Oh, I hate you. I'm leaving. I hate this place. Fan of the map. I am usually. Awful deck. I tried, man. You saw it. We all saw it. I tried my best. Spirit. I'm going Spirit. If we're wrong, we're wrong. That thing is waiting 15 hours to hunt. Yeah. We're going for it. Where are the cards located? They're located in basically the same location. So whenever you go into the living room, you go to the living room, go to the back right. They're on a table. Yeah. Spirate. It was waiting forever to hunt. And if you cleanse a spirit, it will take 180 seconds before it's allowed to hunt again. That's why we knew what it was. Solo High Priestess won't save you anyway? Yes, it will. If you have a solo High Priestess, the next time you die, you come back to life. Yeah. Katie, thank you for the subs. Yeah. Perfect. Lovely. Oh, it looks so good. I love it. I should be right now. Am I not, Mayor? Or did something happen? I should be. But, you don't see it as live? All right, hold on. Let me give it a gander. Ooh, something did happen. All right, let me check something else real quick too. I'm checking something and then we'll go to the map again. All right, that looks good. That looks good. Let me get this guy. Okay. Yeah. Something's happening over there and I don't know why. Okay. All right, should be fixed. Thank you guys for the hype train. I appreciate you, friends. You can see note. It's just not live right now. Yeah. Yeah, She-Devil. It should be fixed. Should be. I say should be. What is the game version? Oh, I don't remember. I don't remember. Kicked off when you stopped. It should be restarted now. Hopefully that stays. Yeah, you might have to refresh. Ashley, thank you for the gifts. All right, let us let me do this for Zero real quick. Hold on. Zero is the creator of the Phasmo cheat sheet. Okay, I need to set something up real quick. And then we'll get back to it. Let's go there. You need, you said tier 1 cruci? Tier 3 motion. Well, I've got tier 3 motion, so let me also do tier 1 crucifix. And then that should do it. Yeah. Should do it. Is the front door the only way in? Correct. Yeah. Yeah. Lord, thank you for the sub. All right. See if it reaches both sides. Okay. Let's give it a whirl. Let's give it a whirl. Hey, pacifist. Say, I swear to God, if it gives me a blood moon in the middle of this, I swear. I swear to all. I swears. How do I get early preview? If you are a Kinetic partner, so if you are a content creator for the game and for the company, then you get early access. Yeah. There's a door, but it doesn't mean you can open it. Yeah, there's a door there, but you can't do anything to it. All right, so you said you need tier 1 cruci radius or tier 3 motion radius, if I'm understanding that correctly. Get a Goryo. Well, right now I don't care what it is. Right now this is just to be a helpful little bean. Open Sesame. I hear you go. Shut up. Shut your lips. Okay. So the ensuite. Let's see. You're wondering about wall to wall, which I think is going to be a little difficult to see, but we might be okay. Oh, whoops. Trying to get. Hey, Alyssa, how are you? How do you want me to do this, Zero? Checking the power. Nope, basement. I'm doing good. Furniture's a pain. Yeah. I'm just trying to make sure you can see it. You know what I mean? Twin Feather, thank you for the 6 months. Yeah, but if I do this, hold on. If I do this. Will it let me do that up there? Oh, ooh. Hold on. Hold your phones. Hold your phones. Does that help at all, Zero? You see that? You notice how it's the radius on the left-hand side is touching the wall, but the right is not. But then if I go over here, it is, and then it's eating the left wall. Yeah. MLG, hello. Twin Feather, thank you for the biddies. New security cameras. It is a bit less. Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely a bit less. It's eating into it for sure. See that? Yeah. Just a little bit. Kitchen as well. Let's go find out. Ghost, will you relax? Relax yourself. All right, we can do the same exact thing, except we're gonna get dizzy staring at that. All right. Let's try over here. Maybe. Yeah, it looks like the same kind of problem. It's a little hard to see on the right, but if I go like this, that very obviously eats the other side. So if I'm like this, it's eating it over there, and then if I go like this, it's eating it over there. It looks the same. Hope no one has motion sickness. Sorry, just trying to be helpful. Heather, thank you for the heart, mate. Seems like it's 3 meters from the wall to mid beam though, which does help. Okay. Was there anything else you need me to check? Or was it that? Spin to match the fan speed. Well, no, that's you. You pick up your phone and then you spin as fast as you can. See, we're problem solvers here. Should be it. Sweet. All right, let's guess what the ghost is. No, you can't put it on a blade. I tried. You're dizzy now? That means you're not doing it enough because you were able to type to me. Should confirm the X and Y ratio. Sweet. Sweet. It's, you think it's a Revy? I'm going for it. That was the first name I saw. We're going for it. I like it. Think it's a fan of Tom? I don't know. See, it's a sick, jobs ready for you. It's a sick, disgusting ghost anyway, so it doesn't matter. It was a stinky shade. All right. All right, back to it. How shady. How shady. Most boring ghost. Yeah, it happens. It's okay. Heather Lynn, thank you, friend. All right. Well, let's do another nightmare. Then maybe after the nightmare, I'll do insanity. Then after the insanity, I'll do no evidence. Maybe that's the plan. Weren't you up at 6 a.m.ish this morning? I was. Yep. Agent, thank you for the 19 months. Yeah, I was. All right. Nightmare. Nightmare's my favorite. That's why I play it so often. It's just so good.
All right, we're here. Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly before starting the investigation.
It's waning. Ah, crap. You're right.
Welcome back.
Way to go, Zero. No, I totally forgot. There we go. Fixed it. All right. Ads are starting in like 5 minutes. Do you guys want me to do them now before we get into the game? Do you think the dates on the phones could be maybe. I don't know why else they would have those dates on the phones. Yeah. Do them now. Yeah, it's 3 minutes. I do 3 minutes every hour. So rather than doing it in the middle of the game, I'd rather those that aren't subbed to not get hit. Yeah, let's do it. Oh, the rework is so good. I'm loving it, man. All right. I do 3 minutes of ads every hour, friends. I do my best. I run them myself because I do my best to do them in the lobby if I can, or just stop playing and just wait. So I'm going to run ads after they're done. Then we'll go into the map. Okay. So if you're not subbed, if you don't have turbo, don't worry about it. You're not going to miss any gameplay. I got you a boo-boo. It's a Sunday. Phas never releases on Sundays. Yeah, but what if they do this time? You know what I mean? What if this time is a different scenario? Thank you, Logix. No, all the phones have the same date. Yeah, but also, I mean, it might feed into the lore of the map, but I don't know how much. Yeah. Was playing Tangle after I watched part of the VOD and it was weird. Oh, watching the new and then playing the old. Yeah. They'd stop releasing things on Tuesdays. Listen, I'm not that upset that they release things on Tuesdays because that's my work from home day. I'm not that upset about it. Do we have lore? I think that there is lore. It's just we haven't really dug into it yet. I'm sure somebody will, but I feel like even with Grafton and Bleasdale, I don't remember anybody doing deep dives on the lore for those and then me hearing about it. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Wolfstar, thank you for the prime. Where's the monkey paw? Actually, I posted a short form video that has all the cursed possessions if you need that quickly. But the monkey paw is inside of the garage on top of the soil. It's right next to a glove. Yeah. Is the new Tangle available? No. It'll be the new Tangle. Let's just say it'll be available in like 15 hours. If I had to guess. 15, maybe a little bit less. It should be like more like 14 and a half. Yeah. Been watching the tubes for a hot minute. Glad I could finally catch a stream. Well, I appreciate you coming over, friend. Thank you. Incense level 2? Yes. Yeah. That I didn't change that at all. All right, 1 more minute, friends, and then we'll get into it. Well, Princess, what I use the unofficial cheat sheet. So phasmocheatsheet.com is what I use. Zero and them, they get all that stuff up there super freaking fast. Yeah, Abby, I'm there right now. Yeah. No, you literally can't join the lobby. No, you wouldn't be able to. Yeah, I'm on a branch that is only for Kinetic partners. You wouldn't be able to play. Yeah. Usually if, like, rule of thumb, if somebody's doing viewer games, they're probably going to have it in a title somewhere. Yeah, just rule of thumb. Oh, Resident Evil 9. Resident Evil Requiem is awesome. I can't wait to play it again. It's just obviously with all the Phas stuff. I wanted to make sure that I was hitting it when it was starting. Why does the Ouija board not work when I talk? You might need to go to the Phasmo Discord and check with them. I don't know. Yeah, if you're having voice issues, I would check with them. Excited for the release tomorrow? Good. Should be, because it's awesome. Do I know if Phas is hiring? I don't know. I don't work for them. I don't get paid by Phasmo or Kinetic, so I don't know who they're hiring. Yeah. Mary, thank you for the 7 months. Ashley, welcome in. Hello. No, we check with you for all of our... No, I don't know. I don't know anything. I'm new here. Yeah, I will have drops. Yeah, when drops happen, they will happen here. Yep. All right. How do you choose what comments to read? Typically, it depends. Well, it depends on what we're doing, because if I'm in the midst of a game, I will typically choose things that are relevant to the game. If it's like this, then just whatever I can. Yeah, whatever I can. Can't wait for the Willow rework. Oh, me either, man. It's gonna be so good. People are stupid sometimes. People are really dumb sometimes. Damn. Having the hiding spots in the puzzle room, nursery, worked like the ones by a dresser. Oh, have the hiding spot. Oh, I don't know about the puzzle room, but the ones that are in Nancy's room are good. They're really, really good. All right, let's go. Can't wait for the Sunny rework. You're not going to get a Sunny rework. No, Sunny was like one of their first maps that was completely them. It took them like a year to build that. There's no way they're doing a Sunny rework. Yeah. It's snowing. It's just snowing. I love Sunny Meadows. Sunny Meadows is great. What if they allowed mods for Phas and you could make the ghost on? Well, I think there's a possibility eventually that they might add mods and mod support, but I don't see that happening for a very long time because they don't have a way to facilitate it. So I don't see it happening. All right, let's go. I'm not going to even worry about temps. Although I guess I could. No, you know what? It's snowing. It's actually going to be better. Yeah. How come they changed Tanglewood? Because it was built with assets that were purchased and not made by them. So they wanted to make sure that this game is completely them. And they're doing it piece by piece by piece. What? Locked? Okay. Do I hear like a high tinging noise? What was that? Interesting. I don't know what that sound was. Think it's a bathroom ghost? But what if it's doing the twains? Mia, thank you for the 4 months. Bella, thank you for the 9. Let's start checking some temps. Love that you can hear dogs barking. I do like some of the background noise. It's just, it feels like there's a lot. I might have to go get more stuff. It's going to take a minute for the house to warm up. Or it's here because it's 3 degrees. Never mind. Boner jam. Not a fan of the kitchen floor? Well, I'm sorry that they didn't consult you when they were laying down the tile. It's okay. Granny loved it, and that's what matters, okay? You leave poor little Meemaw alone. She loves her tile. She laid it herself with her own 2 hands. Hey, Six, how are you? Why drop the flashlight at the door? Because there's no reason for me to take it to the truck because I can see where I'm going. So if you have these items in your hand and you're going back to the truck, now whenever you go to bring things back, I now only have 1 inventory spot open. So that's why you just clear your inventory at the door so you can bring 3 things in. That's typically why. All right, got that. Dun, dun. Hey, thank you for getting merch, friend. Oh. The welcome wagon. Let's go get some UV. You think they would ever give people who do single player more than 3 slots? No. I think that they think, and I agree with them, that it's a good balance. Yeah, I think so. Okay, game. Gotta figure out whatever this lag stuff that keeps happening is. I gotta figure it out. It's probably because the multi-stream stuff. Yeah. Can you get a tour? I've already posted a video of it if you want to see it, friend. Yeah. We did writing. I did a very in-depth tour this morning. Went through every single room, looked at every bit. Yeah. If I did in the kindest way, if I did a tour of this map every time someone was like, well, I haven't seen it yet, can you do one now? That's literally all I'd be doing. Yeah. But I did a very in-depth, like an hour-long video of going through every single room. Yeah. Of course, you're welcome. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you here? I never checked UV. Son of a gun. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? You about to fart on me? Are you about to fart on me? You son of a... No blood moon yet. No. How do you get early access? You need to be a Kinetic partner. If you're curious about what the requirements are for that, if you go to the Phasmo Discord, they have a way for you to apply if you're a content creator. Yeah. Break. Thank you for the subs, Fran. Trey, welcome, man. What's up, Bean? Yeah, I got Ghost Rain, but that's it so far. That's it. That's it. Let's bring a smooge. Let's bring one of those. Maybe one of these. What's up, Red? What's up, Rye? Hello, Percy. Hello. Another shade? Oh, no. It's a little active, right? Three for one special here at Walmart. Damn. Ha! Oh, damn. That started there. Give me the EMF for that. Thank you. Oh, damn. I don't like that you're doing a bunch of stuff over there now, though. Not a fan of that. Hi, Mr. Song. Hello, sir. Moved? Maybe? No? Listen, hotshot. I can check UV again, though, right? Never mind. I just saw dots. Dio Obombo Thay. It's pretty active. This thing's about to hunt me because it's a Thay. How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet? What up, King? It's about to be Yikes Town. Played fast for the first time today. It was fun and scary. Good. Did you get a chance to play with friends? Where you going, me ma? Oh. That's not funny. Shark bait. Ooh-ha-ha. Yeah, I don't know why it was even roaming over there. I'm not really sure. Paranormal laughing, ghost event. All right, I'm gonna lay this down here. I'm gonna lay that down there. I'm gonna take this and get that door real fast. Oh, son of a bitch. I don't know what door that was. Okay, good times. Never mind, I'll shut up. Damn, dude, free chicken. What the hell's going on? What the hell? All right, dots, ghostwriting, Obombo Thay. Dude, this thing is a Thay. This thing is so eventy. So eventy. You don't like the rework. What don't you like about it? No, I didn't get the bone yet. No. No. I'll get there. Ghost EMF, because I can get a picture of it as well. I need 2 videos and another sound. How do you get the shade to do anything? Make sure you're not in the room with it and keep the lights off. Let's bring this. Let's bring this. Let's bring this. Hey, Tor, how are you? How's the rework? Awesome. Love it. Gorgeous. Fantastic. It's good overall. I'm just mad I can't loop in the kitchen. So out of everything with this map, out of the entire revamp, the rework, out of all the new assets, out of everything that they've done with it, you hate it because you can't loop in the kitchen. Yo, do people use tier 2 salt instead of 3? I'm not sure, but I'll check. Okay. Then I like the I mentally just hurt. Like, it just hurt on an internal level. It pains my bones. It hurts my feelings. You know what I mean? I hate this. Why? Because of this. Well, they don't do that. All right, I like it. It's rage bait. To be honest, I don't think it is. I really don't. I really don't. It's more like just having a really strong opinion about something without having all the information. You know what I mean? Oh, I hate that food. Oh, have you had it before? No, but it doesn't look good. All right, try it. Oh, it's delicious. I love it. All right, let's bring you over here. Yeah, it's probably good just to, you know, give things a chance. Like, give things a chance, allow it to breathe, you know? Amber, thank you for the sub. I appreciate you. All right, I can take a picture of that. I need to go pick up the bone. Wait, I have all the photos, right? Yeah, but I need to get a video of this crucifix that's about to happen. Gotcha. And then you're gonna walk in this, and I'm gonna get this too. Oh, you cheater. You cheat. You cheat. Got it, nerd. Do you think that they're going to rework the other houses? Absolutely. Yes. For sure. They definitely will. Yeah, let me do this. Throw one of those over there. Give me this over here. Ghost might be a paid actor. Well, this might be a super aged Thay at this point. Game, please, whatever's happening, I need you to knock it off. At what point do we just get Phas 2? Well, that depends. Did we get Rainbow Six Siege 2? The hall looks longer. It definitely feels that way, doesn't it? That game's been around for like 45 years. We got Overwatch 2. Yeah, after how long? All right, I'm waiting for Ghosty to start hunting. I like the new look. Much more homey. Agreed. Oh, yeah, for sure. Would you shut up? Wow, broski, you're going to fart on me? All right, that's cool. Hunting? Hello? Oh, I need another sound. Oh, crap. I heard you can't loop that table. Who said that? Does the table break line of sight? It does. Well, if you heard it can't be looped, that means that you heard that from a Kinetic partner because they're the only ones that are able to play this right now. So who are you watching that said that it can't be looped? Have I done the Bloody Mary thing before? Probably because of the ghost type they had. But no, like, who was it? So who said that it can't be looped? Didn't really answer. No, I just like to make sure that information is correct about where they're getting it from. That's all. Lisa was having problems. Oh, what ghosty was she having? Lisa's very knowledgeable player. So she was saying that she didn't think you could loop this? Ghost, would you please? She couldn't loop it in the living room. Oh, around that tiny little table? Oh, that probably just takes practice. I can almost guarantee that's just a practice thing. Damn, I guess. Oh, Obambo? Change your speed. Oh, bastards. Probably not a good looping spot for everybody, but it's doable. I would agree with that statement for sure. I think that if you want to challenge yourself, you try to loop this. Because it's going to be tough with the ghosty hitting corners, you trying to stay away from it. We'll try at some point. But yeah, it's just going to be a tough one for sure. Game, seriously. Do you see this? What's happening? Wow, real original! What's the new looping spot? Basement. Base Monte. Is this Tanglewood? It is indeed. It is indeed. Grandmama. You can't tell if it's better or worse. What would make it worse? Love you. See, it's just, I like getting that information. It seems so much more open. I think the cramped aspect made it scarier. See, but then everybody complains about Grafton because of how busy it is and how cramped it feels. You know what I mean? I love that this is wider. I don't think it was creepier. I think it was more annoying whenever you had like the really narrow rooms and hallways. You like trains? Well, that's nice. Yeah. No, Ghost, you literally can't. You like your 2-2 Twain? They made it so much better. I do have a feeling it's no Bombo, though. Any idea what time the update will drop? 7 a.m. Eastern. Yeah. Yippers. Yippers. Oh, look. It's that Flash guy. Exclusive early access or something. Hi, Chinggis. What's my evidence? It's dots, ghostwriting. We have a Thay or no Bombo. Oh, wow. We fart again. Wow. That's new. Wow. Listen how slow that is. My word. Do you have permission to leave? No. No. You do not. Are there going to be any drops for the release? You bet there is. Yeah, you hear that drastic speed change? An age they wouldn't change like that. Hey, don't speed up. If you speed up, I might die. Okay, we're fine. Oh, I need another sound. Oh, no. Oh, no. Hey, do a thing. Ah, crap. Kind of forgot. You think she'll still be young? I mean, you know what I mean. Not young. Ma'am? Love how they did it. It's cozy. And it just feels like a finished piece. It feels like a finished piece. I noticed you don't bring the shipment back to the truck once you get everything. Does it cost money? No. You can leave every single piece of equipment that you have inside of the house. You don't have to bring a single thing back. Nope. Nope. As long as you stay alive, the only money you're really going to lose is the consumables. There's like these random lag spikes happening. I'm kind of afraid that I'm going to get got. How does Willow look? The same as it always does. Don't get got. Roger that. Do I stream often? Yeah, I typically stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 8:30 and Sunday at 1. Thank you, Brittany. Hello. Little Red, thank you for the follow. Feels lived in. Yeah. I don't know where this goes. Preemptive lookout. Thank you. Heard they're dropping a Tangle badge. There's going to be literally a drop. Yeah. Yep. Yep. If you guys are ever curious, exclamation point drops. We'll give you the information. Yes, sir. Feels like your aunt's house. Oh, finally. Hot. Damn. Did you hear that speed change? What the hell? Are you kidding me? Pixel Pixie, what the f— What in the hell is going on? No, I definitely did not. I was holding right and it wasn't recording. Yeah. My God. Cray, thank you for the super chat, man. Appreciate you. Love both the streams and the vids. Well, thank you. So that didn't work like I wanted it to. Ooh. Get smudged on, nerd. Okay. Now give me sound because I hate you. Didn't I bring a wait, did I bring a firelight to the door? Let him cook. I'd rather he didn't. He's mean. Okay. Blow it out, please. Does the hallway in front of the basement still count as a living room? Part of it. Not the entire thing. Take a risk. Hey, let's go. Let's go. There we go. There we go. What's up, ramen? My God. Sounds, videos, photos. Oh, I need to repel while it's chasing. I hate it here so much. After all that. Apparently, it wasn't chasing the last time that I smudged. All right, we're going back. Not this time, but the time before that. All right. Her laughing. That was her doing something. New ghost, yeah. Yep. Yeah. We heard the speed change literally in the middle of the hunt, which was a real big giveaway. What is the map called? Tanglewood. Old Tangle Streets. There we go. No, the kitchen and the dining are two separate areas. No, they're separate. Hello, me, ma. Definitely saw me that time. Give me this. Look at these items, dude. It's so good. It's so cozy. All right. Now we got it. All right, moving on. Hey, Shelling. Easter egg? No, not that I know of. No. Little nightlight? Yeah. It's really similar to the one that they have on Point Hope. It's just a cooler tone. That's all. Yeah. All right, that's everything. Oh, Bombo. Oh, Bombo number 5. Kitchen table still blocking line of sight. It's kind of stupid. The kitchen table? You mean the dining? What do you mean still blocking line of sight? The dining table did not used to block line of sight. What do the new character models look like? The only thing that we've seen is whatever they have given us inside of the dev previews. I haven't seen anything else beyond that. Perfect old Bombo. Well, let's just move it on up. Might as well. Might as well. I want to know if the parabolic still picks up the ceiling fans. Probably. Yeah, I could bring a parabolic in. I would almost guarantee that it does. But there's a really easy way to get it, though. Is that a Wenny? What the hell? Hi, Wenny. Hi, Valley. I have a hair stuck in my face. Hold on, sorry. Oh, my Lanta. Wenny, how the hell are you, dude? Juju, thank you for the 19 months. Tier 3, what the caught you in between games. Hello, friend. All right, we did reach the daily, though, so let me do this before we go back in. Do I like the new map? I love the new reworked Tangle. I love it. They did an amazing job. I love everything about it. Any gripe that I have with this map is like very, very like picky stuff. Very picky. Was the map supposed to have lore? I think it does. We just have to figure out what it is. You know? Going insane on insanity? Well, if you don't have sanity, you might as well just lose it anyway. Nah, I mean. Moich. Moich. All right, give me a second, friends. Do I have drops on? No, no one in Phasmo has drops on because they're not available for another like 9 hours. All right, let me go to the merch store and figure out what we're doing. Ooh, you know what we're gonna do? We are gonna do. Let's do this one. All right, give me a sec. Let me get this started. Then we'll have a merch giveaway in the chat. Are you streaming tomorrow night as well? No. No, Tuesdays I don't typically stream, but I'm going to be streaming in the morning and then I'm not streaming at night. No. Are the cursed objects still relatively in the same location? Kind of, for the most part. The music box is in the master bedroom closet. Okay, do that. Let me get this. I gotta get the authentication code. I gotta do this, gotta do that. Yeah, and the monkey paw is in the garage. Yeah, exactly. Right. Same time tomorrow morning? Yep. 7 a.m. Eastern, friend. That is my plan. What the hell? What the hell? There we go. There we go. Mighty early. Yeah. Yeah, we got to get in there while it's early, for sure. Yeah, we got to get in there while it's early. How's the new map? Amazing. Fantastic. I love it. All right. Exclamation point enter if you're on the Twitch side, friends. Exclamation point enter. It's for a merch shirt. It has toe on it. Is this beta? No, it's a partner branch. So it's past closed beta because it's releasing tomorrow. Yeah. Thank you, Matthew. Yep, indeedy. Not sure you're gonna like it. Not sure you're gonna like what? No, because it's a completely different widget. Whenever I do the voting that's across platforms, no, it's completely different. So that wouldn't work. as great as that would be. Nah, doesn't work. Did they fully change the loop spot? Well, they completely removed the kitchen one because the kitchen is too small for a loop spot now. Yep. So now you have a basement that has a loop spot where you can actually see the ghost underneath the table and it doesn't have line of sight on you. Yeah. Hey, peanut brittle GG's. Enjoy. Yeah. And now what they've also done is now the dining room table, you can crouch and lose line of sight with the ghost where you could not do that before. Yep. So I love it. I love it. Okay. Let's adjust this. As long as there's a new one, and there is. There certainly is, friend. All is well. All right, let us try some insanity at Tanglewoods. Yeah? Let's try. Hey, what's up, Paul? Can you still get Blood Moon on early release? You can, I just haven't. I have yet to see a Blood Moon.
I've got nothing else to report, unfortunately.
Cake, thank you for the gifted 3 months of tier 1. Pardon you. Thank you, friend. Miss Wilker's bio, hello. Ay, caramba. Ay, caramba. Nope, still doesn't happen. Callie, thank you so much. Get some sleeves. Oh, have a good sleep, friend. Have a good one. All right, Kelly. We have capture a photo of an EMF. We need 2 sounds, and then we need to escape the ghost. It's insanity, so I'm only going to get 1 piece of evidence, but we are going to get one. I'm probably going to go in with a smudge just in case things go awry. Yeah. Oh, it is so much better. If you said, like, you said you think the map is going to be 100%, it is that much better. It just is. Let's go this instead. Plans for the next Resident Evil stream. I kind of got to wait. I know. I really want to do it, but we kind of got to wait. No cursed possession. Let's actually... What the hell? Sorry, I feel like I lied. I lagged again. What that, dude? I don't know what is happening. How long have I been playing Phas? A few years. Oh my. Listen, you butthole. Go. This ghost is rude AF. Binging the videos for hours. Oh my god. Okay, that's really loud. Why does it have to sound like the windows are covered in shingles? Yeah, that's the rain. It's the rain bouncing off the windows. I feel like it's going to hunt me soon. Feel it. Love that sound. It's like one of those Rainmaker like things. You know what I'm talking about? Ooh, it's got some speed. I can't hear it. It almost sounds soft-footed. Bro, did you just kick the power? Oh, no, you didn't. Okay. What? No, they don't sound loud, but it sounds fast. Oh, you burst the lights in there. Oh, yeah, yeah. But it's fast. Too loud for a Myling, in your opinion? It's just too fast for a Myling. No, you can't go out that door. No. No, a young Thay would be way faster than that. No. I would say nay. Ghosty. It started by the front door. Think that was fast twin, possibly? Let's hear it again. The linoleum even has ripples. I know. It's not level. It's I know you can hunt me, you turd. Well, that's fine. You know what? I didn't like seeing shit anyway. Would be amusing if the TV played Golden Girls. Oh, that'd be great. Or like I Love Lucy. Red, they give it the 5 months. I'd be down 100%. The wagon trail? You mean Dusty's Trail? Would Meemaw watch Dusty's Trail? She might. Why is this thing not hunting anyone? Let me see the basement. The thing you literally just saw. Yeah, if anybody's curious about like an in-depth walkthrough of the map, I do have a video posted on the tube side that has all of the things. Lord Waffles, thank you for the subs. Ghosty. Any new cards? Yes, there's going to be drops that start tomorrow, and then we have the Get the Ghost Right 50 times badge. What is happening? I don't understand. What map's going to be reworked after Willow? I don't know. Shooting tomorrow? I am. Yep. There you go. Damn. Oh, gross. It's a kid. Drifter, what are you guys doing, dude? Okay. It's over here-ish, yeah? God, this rain is so loud. Good Lord. You said that there were badge. There are. Yeah, they start tomorrow. If I just throwing out a number, I'd say they probably start in about 9 hours from right now. Yeah. Let me get these crucifixes in there because this ghost is being a little spicy. 2 hours. Yeah, 2 hour watch time starting at 7 a.m. as long as you are watching a kinetic partner that is in the Phas category, which I will be tomorrow morning. Yeah, it's a child. It's kind of gross. Oh my God. Oh my God. Let's get a couple of smudges in there. Let's get the video camera to the front door. 7 a.m. I'll be going live, yeah. I will be, but not right now, Darren, because the drops are not available for everybody. So it's only going to be for kinetic partners for the first week. And then after that, it'll be available for everybody. So then I'll switch it over. All right, I've got smudges. Got crucifix right there. I don't know where this thing's starting. Let's do that. Do that. Don't you dare. Oh, I see the light on. It's not a mare. I did not turn that bathroom light on. Okay, let's go get motion sensors. No, the drops will be available all week. Yeah, if you do exclamation point drops, it'll give you more info. Yeah, you're very, very welcome. Give me this. Huh. Where you at, bruh? Oh, you're there to burst my lights. You piece of trash. Absolute trash. Oh no, please do whatever you want, you little jerk. How long am I playing tomorrow morning? Oh, a few hours for sure, at least. At least. Give me this. Give me this. Give me this. Oh, and welcome in. It's bursting every damn light that I have in this house. This ghost is mean. It's mean-spirited. No of. Where are you? Turn the light switch off. This is bursted. This is busted too, right? Yep, you're a piece of shit. I do hate you. No, it turned this light on. It can't be a mirror. I didn't turn this on. No. Puzzle room? Maybe? This. Hey, you in here puzzling? It's not like the puzzle moved. Oh, you taking a poo up? Ah, it's in there taking a crap. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? The puzzle can move. Yeah. It certainly can. And the dots? Put those in here. Let's put them like there. Nah, let's put them like there. That's better. All right, so we got that. We got that. What else do we need? What else do we need? Did I drop anything over here? I don't think so. Ooh, cruciburn. Well, isn't that just cute? Nothing. Oh. Okay. What the heck is our one evidence? I don't know. It could be writing. It might just be that that's the last thing I'm checking for, is getting a book down right now, because now the ghost is finally settling. So I could double the book, double the fun, get one of those there, and it'll be fine. Thank you, Mr. Song. Unless it decides it wants to do stuff right there. I have motion sense, so I don't want to get that twice. Neck is killing you. We'll help you feel better. Was that dots, or did I look away at the wrong second? It might have been the motion sensor, and I would have been losing it. Was that dots? That's not good. That's not good. Wait. Did it just lift the toilet seat and I just recorded that as a door moved? I watched it flap up and down and it said door moved. Oh, did you better not have said door. You better not. That's what I thought. Now it's trying to poo in privacy. All right. Well, if we saw dots, then I guess those are pretty useless, huh? Hey, Ginger Bell. Aaron, thank you so much for the gift. Yeah, if it's touching doors and not shutting them fully. Did I say, wait, did we said it was a fast ghost, right? We said it was fast? Not a normal speed? I'd say probably not you. Not you or you. Theo Bombo? Is it Obambo again? I might just need to make it hunt and then see what happens. Too fast for Thay. What? It's not even touching this. You know, let's get this out of here. Run. Obambo number 2. The Obambo's quirk is that it changes its speed every 2 minutes. It's so loud, man. Good Lord. Tell this rain to shut up. Can you imagine living in this house if it's raining and that's what it sounds like? Okay, I have a complaint. There you go. I have one. The rain is way too effing loud. Oh, real cool. Throw the dog photo. Huh? Think you're big? Huh? Hot shot? Little prick. Do you use the camera to search for ghost orbs? Well, yeah, there's really no other way. Don't forget pictures. I don't know if I'm worried about perfect game. Oh, yeah, that's right. You burst my lights because we hate your face. You're a rain on a tin roof kind of guy. Yeah, but you're like, hold on, let me listen to the ghost real quick. Still fast. Interesting. See if it maybe gains speed line of sight. Or not. You know, I didn't want to anyway. It's fine. No TV for you. No. Get out of here. I'm gonna feed it this banana. Ew, it's a child. Would that be something you can adjust? They could. If enough people are like, all right, this is too much. But if majority of people like it, then they're gonna leave it alone. Yeah, Blade. Yeah. The drops are all on the purple side, that's correct. Not right now, but they will be. Ghosty. Starting to feel like you might be a Thay. I think what I'll do is I'll just get line of sight of it. I could do the timer, the whole Bombo 2-minute thing, but yeah, whatever. What do drops consist of? Just watching a stream that has them available for whatever amount of time it asks for. No, you can't go through this door. Nope. Nope. But you can listen to rain hit the crap out of it, though. Mario Kart the ghost. Hoi. Would you please hunt again? It's very loud. Yeah. Does the dresser and master bedroom block line of sight? What? Over here? That might be a little dicey. I might have screwed that up. I let her get a little too close. A little too close. Yeah, I don't think it really would do that good of a job. Because if the ghost goes anywhere over here, you're spotted. Yeah, I don't think so. But when you go to the kids' room, when you go to Nancy's room over here, that's a good spot. All right, are you a Thay? Is that what we're saying? Are we saying it's a Thay? Just not aged? You know? Yeah, let's go with it. I kind of like it. Lore of Tanglewood, we don't know what it is. Or we haven't put it together yet. We haven't tried. Yeah, we haven't even tried. Any other map get reworks? Yeah, Grafton did, and Bleasdale did, and technically, if you want to say Sunny Meadows kind of did, it replaced Asylum. Yeah, a few have. Indeed. Let's go with Thacifer. Taylor Swift, if you will. In the other area, Nancy's room where Tom was earlier today is a good spot too. They both are. Yeah, I like the one that's a little bit closer to that far wall though. That one's preferred. Oh, hey, it was no Bombo.
I've prepared some jobs for you.
It was 50-50. It felt like the fact that out of all those hunts, it was fast every single time and we never heard it go slow. That was a little sus. That was a little weird. You see? That's why it can never be 100%. There's people who are like, it's a Thay, it's a Thay, it's a Thay. Was it? I thought it was too. Does the train make it your favorite part of the new map? No. The fact that the VHS tape does not play a VHS, just real big missed opportunity in my opinion. Missed opportunity. Yeah. When are we getting the Haunted Carnival? Don't ask me. Don't ask me. I don't work for them. I don't know. I don't know. All right, let's do... You know what we're going to do? What we're going to try? We're going to try a couple... We're going to try a couple zero sanity, zero evidence runs at the new Tangle and just see how it goes. Yeah. We shall see. Morg, thank you for the 3-month prime. Could have played the ring. That'd be kind of cool. Oh, we hit that one too? Damn. All right. Well, we're going to do the wheel. Then after we do the wheel, we'll do the ads. Then after we do the ads, we'll do some no sanity, no evidence. Yeah. Been waiting for this. Oh my God. All right. Couldn't deal with the pressure of trying to up Dusty's trail. Oh my God. Well, it's not only single player Ezra, but it's also the update that's not publicly out yet. So you literally can't. Yeah. All right. Let us spin the bad wheel. And then after we do the bad wheel, then we'll go in. Yeah. It was early access that was given to Kinetic partners. Yeah, for content and all the things. Yep, yep, yep. 7 a.m. tomorrow, yeah. Not a good thing. Damn it. Great. Awesome. Lovely. Great. Love it. My favorite. This is a dangerous one because if you grab the wrong one, then you're eating Carolina Reaper. Yep. Once I do this, then we'll go into the map. I think this is it. Oh God, I sure hope so. Yeah, I don't. I'm a pretty big wimp when it comes to spicy food. I don't take it very well. My tolerance just is not very high, okay? I do what I can. I do what I can. All right, well, while we're eating that, oh God, I'm going to run ads. I do 3 minutes of ads every hour, so there's no pre-rolls. So if you're not subbed, you don't have turbo, you're not going to miss anything. Ooh, that's already hot. After the ads are done, we'll do some no sanity, no evidence runs and just see how they go. And then we'll go back to regular map. Oh, regular games. I think it's an old bean too. Yummy. Hi, Shovel. How are you? Duperman, thank you for the prime. Duperman. Drink water? No, water's the last thing you want, but I will if I have to. And I've done the one chip, and I've done the hot one sauces, or whatever the hell it's called. Oh my god. Drink milk, yeah, that's usually the way. But I don't have that. I know carbonation is really bad, but it's what's next to me, so I'm just gonna deal with it. He needs some milk. Oh my god. Fox, Ashlyn, thank you guys for the follows. Ford, thank you for the heart me. I appreciate you. It's like stuck in my teeth. I have to. Spoonful of peanut butter? Well, one of our friends, my walk-on for his stream is me pacing around my room eating ice cream because I ate the one chip. And yeah, that was the aftermath. So that was fun. That was a good time for all. For everybody. Oh. Oh my. All right, I'm blowing my nose now. Oh yeah, one chip was no good. No good. I did a good job at hiding it though for at least a little bit. Not for very long though. Oh, it's like still stuck in my teeth. My god. Moose, thank you so much for the 16 months. All right, 53 seconds and we'll get going. Ay, ay, ay. Which bean was it? It was cayenne. Yeah, it was cayenne. What do you play on the screen in the back? It's random. It was Resident Evil, but then now it's just random. It's just whatever. At least you can kind of handle spicy things. I'm okay. Like, sort of, kind of, not really that much. All right, ads are about to finish. There we go. All right, we are going to do some no sanity, no evidence runs. Just to see what it's like. Just to give it a try. And then what I'll probably do is just a good old-fashioned no evidence run. I just want to do a couple and just see what they're like. This could be a massive mistake, but who knows? It could be good. It's worth a try. Why not? Give her a whirl. Chaos, think of the 13 months.
Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly before
Still
starting
stuck in my
the
teeth.
investigation.
Hey, Jackson, thank you.
The intel. Looks like this is going to
See how
be
this
a tough
goes?
one.
Yeah, yeah.
We've had reports of fire,
Gregory
and it looks
Walker.
like they left in a hurry.
Witness to ghost event, motion sensor, and a sound recorder. Okay, well, let's do our crucifix, smudge, motion sensor, get this, go there. Power starts on. So we'll walk in with the crucifix and go from there. But let me make sure I'm in the lineup here. Let's do crucifix, smudge, motion sensor. Let's go. Oh, my Lanta. You're not going to get used to the new map? Did you ever play Tanglewood? Steel, think of the 8 months. Hey, Steel. It's literally the same layout. Yeah. Where's that coming from? Is that over here? Oh. That's cute. Ghosty. Has the doll moved yet? No, not for me. Oh my god. No, not for me. Not yet. Do the doors have a different sound to them? I think some of them do, yeah. Find yourself running in the garage? That just depends on where the ghost is. Yeah, it really depends. Ghost. I have 0 sanity on this and there's 0 evidence, so we're giving it a whirl. Potato's still there. Correct. Yeah. Yeah. I'm fairly certain it hunted from the nursery, did it? Right? First possession, same spots. Pretty close. The monkey paw spawns in the garage, and then the music box spawns in the master bedroom closet. Get out of the dog bed, you weirdo. What in the absolute hell? Why can they so easily just throw things into the ceiling? This has been happening all day. Okay, so we had a translucent ghost that was singing. You suck so much butt. It doesn't make you suck any less. Jerk. Finding all the glitches today. I mean, you know, classic. Classic. Do I care enough about the sounds? I mean, I guess I could, but I really need to start testing for ghosty. Where do you think you're going? How many hiding spots do I have on? 0. I don't have any. All right, let's go in there with high hopes and dreams. Kitchen, there you go. Not a gin. Not a Raiju. Seems pretty normal for the most part. Like that you can see through the car now. I know, isn't that nice? Did I do a good yokai test? Not my looping spot. You literally can go into the dining room. You can go into the basement. You can go into the living room. You can go into the garage. There's so many places you can go. You're a phantom? You sick, sadistic bastard. invisible he is. I know the irony in that statement. It's telling you to look at something you can't really see. But that would explain why it feels like he was following us around. So that does make a lot of sense. Yeah, he's a fan of Tom, that's for sure. Thank you, Gamer Fan. How'd you tell it was a phantom? By the blinks, because it was not as visible as normal ghosts. So whenever like it blinked, it was invisible for way longer. That's how we do it. Yeah. Just don't look like Tanglewood. Well, it is. It is. Sneaky, sneaky. Sure is.
Welcome back. There's some jobs
3100.
ready for
Thank you, thank you. I like it. Let's do it again. We'll do one more, then maybe we'll do like a normal no evidence run. You didn't get to see it? Oh, the Phantom? Well, that was the point. Russell Elliott, more sounds, photo of the EMF and cleanse. Yeah, yeah. All right, let's meet this again. Was Willow updated? No, Willow's supposed to be later this year. Later this year. Let's bring Crucifix, Smudge, and I'm going to bring a backup Smudge. Let us see. No Blood Moon yet. No, I'm trying, man. Wait, this way. Whoops. Keep forgetting. Old Tanglewood? What about it? Oh, no. It's going to eat this, isn't it? I think I heard it right next to me. Hot take? It's not really a hot take to say that this is better than the old Tanglewood. It is. Why is every ghost some just absolute swine? Piece of shit, mother, father, mother, piece of frickin'. We're fine. Ah, fine. I'll take it this way, you little jerk. Watch be another phantom. All right. Hey, what up, Artsy? Why does that sound like I'm opening a door? Oh, basement, sure. Credit card, you got it. You piece of shit. I was playing my trains. Anyway. Said F your train. He's rude. Oh, it's hunting. It just looks more like a video game. What? What looks more like a video game? What? Damn, this thing didn't even come downstairs. When do the drops start? They start in about a little over 8 hours from now. Ghost kind of sounds like it's all over the place. Totally picture Chinggis doing a Gomez next to the train. I know what you're saying. Is that another phantom? Bro, really? Got another one. Me and my moldy bread are getting out of here. What the hell? Hey, did you mess with the puzzle by chance? All right, I didn't want to check anyway. Two hours, yeah. Whenever the drop started, yeah, 2. Yeah. Get a slice of that bread. You get your own damn moldy bread. Jesus Christ. Thank you for the follows, guys. Appreciate you. Thank you for the likes. All the loves. Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
There's some jobs ready for you.
You didn't see the mold? What did you think it was? Green food dye? High playing early access. If you're a Kinetic partner, you have the ability to play it early, but it's going to be public in less than 10 hours from now anyway. Yeah. All right. Well, listen, we did a couple of them. Let's do a custom, but let's make it a no evidence run. So I'll do pro preset with no evidence, and we'll do a normal investigation rather than no sanity, no evidence. Yeah. We named the gnome already? Yes. Norm. With a silent G. Yeah. That was green pixels. What the fuck? Yeah, for those of you that are asking, if you look in chat, it's getting posted that there's the information for the drop stuff. Yeah. Norm the gnome. Yeah. Norm the gnome. Let's do our first official no evidence run at the new Tanglewood. See how this goes. I'm hopeful.
We've arrived. Check the equipment and get set up before investigating.
Are you allowed to do multiplayer with some of us to play in it? No, because you don't have access to this, so you wouldn't be able to play it.
This must be the reason something going to a summon here. Take a look. You may be able to use it to your
Is this the only map that changed? I mean, it's the only one that updated, like, today. Yeah. All right. Luke Stevens, crucifix, parabolic, and photos. I'm going to go in here with a parabolic and hope and a dream that it's going to actually do stuff and things. That is what I'm thinking. Look at the fog. I like the fog because then you can see all the houses around here better. So much better. Cade, thank you for the prime. Yeah, I fixed my case number. Yeah. I fixed it. All right, let's go turn the power on while we listen in. God, gosh dang it. Got the juice. Yeah, it's just windy all the time. I'm not exactly sure why. Ghosty. Was that right next to me? Or was that in the garage? Yeah, why does that sound... That doesn't sound right. Did you throw something in here? I don't see anything out of place. Ooh, it's here. I just heard it. Yeah. It just touched that door. Ghost? Ghost? Don't you dare spawn the second I go away. Don't you dare do it. I'll get so mad. Excuse me. There we go. Does the locker trick still work with the full locker? Yes. Even though you can't do the closet thing anymore, you can still do the locker thing. That does work. Like having like a coughing fit, and I don't know why. Oh, let's check for orbs just in case. Check for salt, see if it's a wraith. The floating door trick? No, that only worked with Tom. Yeah. Everything is just, there's so much noise. Throw an egg. Why? Where's the... What? All right. Well, fine then. Let's do these. No, you can't go in the backyard. No. Do the eggs turn black in the ghost room? No. No. So anybody that believes that, did you by chance go and actually test it yourself? I feel like the answer for at least 60% is no. It works on Nels. No, it doesn't. I did test it. I guarantee I leave this, I go to Nels, it doesn't work. It's a lighting issue. It's a render issue. It has nothing to do about the ghost. Literally tested it live, posted a video about it. Doesn't work. We also debunked it. Yeah, but Zero, did you go to trustmebruh.com? Because I don't think you did. Would have been a cool addition? I think that would have been weird. No. They already won't let the ghost flush the toilets. I don't see them doing something like that. Then it's a coincidence. How many times did you get it to work? At least 10 or 20 or 30? Because if you say like 1 or 2, then that's not really testing. Tomorrow morning, I'm going live at 7 a.m., hopefully. If it's a little bit after, then it is what it is. You tested it 5 times. And then after that, you were like, well, then there you go. It works every time. That's like finding the bone in the ghost room 5 times and going, dude, I told you, it spawns in the ghost room every time. Would be silly. Yeah. Eastern, yeah. Anytime I usually reference, it's usually Eastern time. Yeah. All right, well, let's do an Onryo test because we know it's not a Wraith. We know you're not a Wraith. Let's get that in there. Let's get another one of those in there. Can you loop that circle table? You can. And you can even crouch down and lose line of sight of the ghost. Yep. But bone in the ghost room must be a Goryo is a funny joke. I mean, it has its limits. Ghosty. Have they fixed the Sunny Meadows bone yet? Not that I'm aware of. Not unless they fix it with the update and then we get that news later. Yeah. Okay, so you're definitely walking around. Well, let's put this up here. There you go, friend. Bring you a toy. Don't like it, change it back. So you'd rather them take this awesome custom map and change it back to the assets that were purchased by them 6 years ago. Roger that. Makes sense. Makes perfect sense. Yes, 100%. That's a weird take. Yeah, but then it had my island that I could loop around. I just don't agree. Yeah, this looks so much better. If you think the other one looks better, that's, I mean, you know, everyone's obviously welcome to their opinion, but no. Okay. Oh, hey. Is this the second take? Well, yeah. We had the Tanglewood door that was going from the kitchen to the laundry, and then they moved that to the hallway, right? And then after they did that, then obviously this. Yeah. Not a shady. I'd say probably not, because it was definitely walking around right here with me, right? All right. Do have a smooge. I'm gonna go get the other one too while we're here. When in room. So many more items. There's so many more interactables. There's so much more stuff to do. It just makes it such a better entertaining map. Have they announced when the Easter event will be happening? I don't think so. I mean, it's probably gonna be pretty close to Easter. Yeah. really rude. So many ghosts bursting lights, and I don't know why. Why? What did we ever do? JJ, I can actually see that. He fixed it. Oh, I had mentioned how donations were never coming through. And it actually did. Love the stuff. Thanks, man. I appreciate the dono. Oh my God, I can see it without having to click 15 buttons. It's a beautiful thing. Didn't need that light, sir. That's right. Yeah, see, we're fine. We're just setting the mood now, you jerk. Hey, clown. That sounded far away. Did they add new Easter eggs? I don't think so. I know, I don't think so. Thank you, JJ. Very kind of you. Well, Ghost. At this point, I kind of just want to use the cursed possession. Potato? Yeah. He's right there. He's in his home. Yeah, he's fine. Some Dusty Trails tunes. How many? Was that 2 burns? Was that 2 or 3? That's a little sus. I feel like that was 2. No? Now, where is Zero? Zero, weren't you the one that said something about the Andrio being a little fishy? So many people, okay, dude. So many people mentioned the floors, which proves it's relatable. Why do we need plain gray and white house? Right. That looks like 3 or 4 other houses. Yeah. I definitely agree. All right. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Whoops. Let's just sit in the corner and wait. Have a ponder. It's not always the 3rd blowout. Some conditions make it the 4th or the 5th or more, but never the 2nd, right? Now, what conditions make it even more? Cursed objects still in the same place. Similar for the most part. Never the 2nd. Okay. If it's Frank, he's going to be right there, which he is not. The ghosty can hunt us. It's tried already twice, so I'm kind of going to let it go and see what it does. Obsessed with all the details. It's so good. It is so good. Like things that I could agree with, like, okay, maybe that's not the greatest thing. There's a lot of ceiling fans. Yeah. You wish dude actually respond to the chat? No, you wish I respond specifically only to you. There's a difference. Had that linoleum flooring in the housing I grew up in. Oh, nice. It's cozy. I agree. Yeah. I needed to do its thing, though. Should you stay up all night? Don't do that. No, no, no. Go get your sleeps. No, no, no. You go get your sleeps. Haven't answered what 90% of the people were asking. Well, what have they been asking, Devin? Let's talk about that first. How's the audio? It's okay. It's really windy. Like this map in general is just very windy. Yeah. But the audio, like the sounds of the things that they've added have been really great. Have been awesome. You're not the only one, Ariel. No. No, it's great. No, it's great. I love it. It looks so soft. Do I go for perfect runs? It just depends if we're feeling it, you know? I don't know what the hell the ghost is doing and why it's not hunting us, though. Not really sure. All right, well, he's about to change that fact. Loop spots? Well, this is one of them. Yeah. You own everyone on Phas in this chat. What are you trying to flex that you're good at Phasmo in TikTok chat? Bro, fucking grow up. What a weirdo. I'm better than everyone in here. Like, go eat another Hot Pocket and lie down. Take a nap. Damn, what a weirdo. Oh, ooh, not a man. Well, we gotta wait for it to hunt again. When did you buy me? Ooh, it's got wheels. It's a little faster. Loving the new, I am too. Somebody said Devin eats Costco hot dogs whole. Listen, it's funny because it's probably true. All right, Ghosty's got wheels, so we can get rid of all of our normies. It's venting all over the place. It's a crazy. It's so funny. That's okay. He can be upset about this for the next like 2 or 3 days, and we'll forget about him in the next 5 to 10 minutes. It's fine. All right, let's get another crucifix, another smudge, and another firelight for funsies. We got to figure out what this is. Think it's an Obombo? Did it sound like it was like a little bit faster than the Fast Twin? It's definitely possible. Ham and cheese Hot Pockets are delish. Those are fine. The steak and cheese ones are like eating a tire. That's weird. I totally own them with that comment. They're so jealous right now. I'm gonna wake up my mom and tell her. Hold on. I'll be right back, guys. All right, let's go. Old map was the favorite. It's totally fair. I know a lot of people are like upset about the change just because of the nostalgia. They really, really loved it. That's just rude AF. Why do you keep doing this? So I totally get it, and that makes perfect sense. But I think it's still okay to be excited about the new one, even if you loved the other one so much. Willow's my favorite map. I can't wait till they rework it. All the new assets that they're gonna have, dude, I'm so excited. You know how excited I am? That excited. Basement doesn't seem as creepy. No, it definitely doesn't have any creep. Like, it definitely doesn't have as much creep factor. Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing solo. Yeah, we're just farting around. That engine sound, though? I know. New Tango's looking awesome. Yeah, it's looking great. It's looking great. I'm all jacked up in Mountain Dew. People are still pinning. What? What? Why do you drop the crucifix when it burns in your hand? What happens? Oh no, it automatically throws it out of your hand because it burns you. Yeah, it's automatic. It just happens. Tried solo and cried? No. It's a matter of time, man. The more you play, the better you'll get. Yeah. The ghost can mess with the train. I have yet to have it happen. Hasn't happened to me once. Someone was asking about the basement. I'll show you real quick. While Ghosty's doing whatever the hell it's doing. Yep, there's our little choo-choo. What if the game didn't force you to drop it? It'd be really funny if you didn't drop it, that it actually, like, I don't know, that you get damaged. It does block line of sight. Oh yeah, look how tall this thing is. And not to mention, oh hey, how are you? Not to mention, you can see a crawling ghost under the table. Beetlejuice in the attic, yep. Or like Gomez in Addams Family, yep. Those are the two most references so far. It's your boy, Mateo. Playing fast a long time, even before all the updates, and I can finally say that I've gotten the right here response. Hey, let's go. I can die happy. Oh, I appreciate you. I feel like I don't get my responses really that often. I don't know what this ghost is doing, man. I don't know. I don't know. Can it only mess with the train when the room is in the basement? Well, it's kind of like most things around the map where it's not going to really be able to mess with much unless it's near it. So if the ghost is nowhere near the basement, then it's not going to just randomly mess with this. That would kind of suck because then you would never know where the ghost is. You know what I mean? Gamer fan, thank you for the subs. Still rocking chair? No. I don't know if there's special things down here that it can interact with outside of like the train. The drill down here, there's a fan, other little items. There is hiding right here though. Look at that. Here it comes. Yeah, there's a donut. Come on. Can that hiding spot be blocked? Yeah, it's not a natural hiding spot. It's not going to come here. It's going to stop. I'm telling you right now, either it's going through the door or they did something that made that light switch sound like it was a switch and also a cabinet. Why not have the option to play the legacy maps? I think the reason that they don't do that is because they want people to play the new things they made. And if they allow for people to play the asset map, like the legacy asset maps, then all these people are going to be playing those, right? So maybe sometime in the future, we'll get the ability to play the old maps like everybody whenever they want to. But yeah. And it's also partially owned by somebody else. That is correct. It is a license that they bought to use those items. I don't know if it was a forever license or if it had a shelf life. Tom found that you touched the door through the light switch. What? Are they reworking all the maps? They are. They are. This is the new Tanglewood. Yep. It'll be publicly released in the next like 8 hours. Are we still thinking Obambo? Like, I'm gonna fall asleep with this piece of crap. Sooner than I thought. Oh yeah. So in 8 hours, whenever the drop happens, oh, sorry, in 8 hours when the update happens, drops are also gonna start on the Twitch side. Yeah, yeah. Here, I'll turn that on so people know. Characters got an update yet? No, not yet. Alina, thank you for the rose. Thank you for the roses, friends. Thank you for the follows. What else is getting updated besides Tanglewood for this upcoming update that's coming up soon? I don't know what bug fixes they've done. I don't know. Hopefully we'll be able to see all that stuff. I will be streaming the drops. Yeah, I certainly will. So I'll be streaming them tomorrow morning, and then I'll be streaming them Wednesday night, and then I'll be streaming them Friday night. So you will have the ability any of those times to get the animated badge from me. No, this ghosty is not a normal ghost. Partner only drop for the first week for the animated badge. Yeah. Come on, homie. Damn. Why do I have to antagonize you to come down here? My caramba. Yeah, George, of course. The disappearing corkboard, you like that? I think it's Obambo number 5. It's been fast every time. I mean, it's definitely possible, and I could start like a 2-minute timer, but I'd really like to just for it to do something that was a little different, except for eating my crucifix like a piece of trash. Gosh dang it. What a butthole. That doesn't make you less of a butthole. Abertory, hey, thank you for the galaxy, homie. Oh my god. This ghost sucks. It's been the same speed this whole time, though. Just wants a hug? F that guy. F that guy. Wow. Wow. Stay down there. It is no Bombo. Console doesn't have the update yet? Well, nobody does except for the Kinetic partners. You're okay, Spartan. It didn't come out yet. Yeah, you're not missing out. You're good. Oh, Bombo number 5. Did you hear the speed change in the middle of the hunt? That's how we know that it's an Obombo. Crap. I don't have the parabolic yet. Yikers. The Obombo, it changes speed every 2 minutes. Oh, I did have one in there. Well, too late. It's so cute and homey. Go to that. Talk. Just give me this one and I'll leave. Wait a minute. Be staring at you, creep. That smudge might not actually work because it might still be under. I was a bit nervous, and that's totally okay. There's nothing wrong with being nervous about the draw or being nervous about the map change when Tangle's especially your favorite map. Right? Would you stop it? Damn it. Does Obombo change every 2 minutes? Or yeah, every 2 minutes it will change. From slow to fast, fast to slow. The faster Obombo is a little faster than the fast twin. The slow is a little slower than the slow twin. So if you're used to the twin speed, it's a little easier. But yeah, if you guys are looking to get drops tomorrow, you will be able to get them here. At least on the Twitch side, obviously. Embrace the darkness. The darkness is your ally. Would you please just talk? God dang it. Robbie, thank you for the 8-month Prime. Oh. I had no trust. Zero trust. I felt like, I think it was going away, but it really felt like it possibly was about to be just walking right to that corner. Are your friends quit the game? Just get new friends. Easy peasy. The bed? Oh, are you saying that there's a... Are you saying that there's a collider here? Because it surely doesn't look like it. Okay, this ghost is not... Oh, it already did. Never mind. Real funny, jerkhole. We're leaving. Yeah, this is the new Tangle. No, the corner that you were in. Oh, well, no, because what it felt like that right there, what it felt like the ghost was legit pathing directly to the corner for no reason. That's why, that's why I did that. Yeah. It definitely felt that way. All right. Obombo number 5. Obombo. I really hope they make it so that the VHS actually plays something. I do too. I hope so. I certainly do.
Welcome back.
Obombo.
Jobs ready
Let's
for you.
go. Very nice. Very nice. The update is dropping for all in about 7 hours and 45 minutes. If I was putting a time on it. Yeah. Rip OG Tangle. Damn right. I love it. I love it. All right, let's go back to Nightmares. Really, the good thing about this is that we're trying to just get the different rooms and just see what it feels like to get hunted in them. Good night, Macy. I won't be going too much longer because of us getting up early. Yeah. Yeah. Had a goodbye Tanglewood party? That's cool. That's a cool idea. Hey, Matrix. Played your last game. I think a lot of us did that too. I like how there's more space in the guest bathroom since the ghost likes to be in there when I play, right? It's cool that one of the changes that they did was making the ensuite bathroom its own room in the master. That was cool. Yeah. Fook, thank you for the rose. All right, let me do this. Checking with my lady to see what's happening tomorrow. Because if I need to start a little bit later and not start at 7, I mean, it is what it is. But I'm just double checking with her. The graphic design of it definitely looks different than all the other maps. What, the new Tangle? Sorry, I'm just messaging Mrs. Flash. Hold, please. Hold, please. Yeah, I love that it's different. It looks completely different than everything else. So much character. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right, let us go back to the Tangle streets and go find some more funds. Yeah. Damn it, man. I'm so hopeful that there's going to be a blood moon. I guess not, ever. Ay. Whatever. Would you open? What the hell? All right, power first. Downstairs. You know what time the update launches? Yeah, it's going to update at 7 a.m. Eastern time. Yep. I like the update. Great. Love it. Absolutely love it. Did I hear a thing? I guess I didn't. Did they move where the fuse box is? I mean, barely. It's still in the same rooms. It's just different sides of the room. That's it. The one downstairs is like just scooched over. Ghost. Hello. Did I just find you? Wait a minute. That is super stinking cold. Oh yeah. All right. You're here. Groovy. Watching all the partners play today when I get back. My final game, the old Tangle didn't feel right. I love the new one. I love it. That's the way I feel too. Elena, thank you. Thank you. All right, go there. Do this. Do this. Hey, what up, Gambit? How are you? Let's turn the light out so we can see what's going on. Any orbital? No. Okay. Which is fine. We'll go there. Yeah, that'll do. right, more stuff. This is a shade. Why does it keep waiting for me to get away from stuff to actually do things? EMF ghostwriting freezing. Let's see. Love how they kept Nancy's room. Yeah, but Nancy's grown up now. It's no longer like a nursery. What did I say? EMF ghostwriting freezing. I will still bring these things in there though. Object throw. All right, no writing yet. She's a big kid now? Oh, don't say that. Didn't know you keep holding the interact button for the thermo update every time you walk? Yeah. Yep. You don't have to like let it scan and let go. Let it scan, let go. What the hell? It is literally in frame. Okay. Whatever. We have writing. I don't know why. I don't know why it wasn't recording, but that's okay. Was there an Easter egg? I don't think so. No. Not that we could tell, at least. All right, let's put this there. Spirit box, ultraviolet ghostwriting. Where are you?
Right here.
Huh. There and grab over there. Can I grab any of these books? No. Son of a bitch. Possible Pulte. That cup throw seemed really aggressive. It seemed like that was a chuckaroo and a half. So I'm just a little curious. Kids' Rooms book. Oh my god, the Kid Rooms books are going to be, what, 50 of them? Probably. Smudge. Grab another lighter. And grab another one of these. Is this the rework? It is. It is indeed. Keep my eyes peeled in case they decide to explode the items. Might not, but you never know. I guess I could turn you off, huh? Yeah, let's do that. Did we figure out what the... we think it's a mirror. Yeah. We think it's a mirror. Hey, if you're a Pulte, can you do Pulte things? Please? I'll put a pillow in there. I'm gonna grab 2 motion sensors. Unsalt yet. No, there's a lot of stuff I haven't done. That throw was really selling me on a Pulte, and it might not be one. Pillow makes the difference. I think it's what entices the ghost. You know what I mean? Has it moved? Had a rough day today. Nice to chill. Tangle had both. Oh, Araby, I'm sorry. My gosh. When you just got back. I'm so sorry. I hope that turns around, friend. It's not walking around. What the hell is going on? Fender, thank you for the geefs. J-Dog, what's up? Danica, hello. What? Okay. All right. Hi, Granny. Hi. Love you. Hey, if you're a Pulte, can you do it? Thanks. I didn't say play with the dog toy. I said do the Pulte thing. Granny's over there playing with dog toys. What the hell? Amanda, think of it as 6 months alone. Bro, this ghost is not staying over here. Get Granny, you old dog. Did I mark writing? I did. It feels like the ghost has left this area, but it's still super cold over here. Okay. Lighter on the floor. I picked up another one. Thank you. Okay. Where the hell? Ghosty? Yeah, okay. After all that work I just did to give you a pile. You little a-hole. Although it doesn't really sound like it was throwing enough for a pile anyway. Make you a little mini pile over here. There you go. Make pick up these weights. Hey, what up, Andrew? Alright, so Granny's in here. Flooring in the kitchen, same one. In your house? Not on the sweet car? What car? This car? It's just paint thinner. What's wrong? I don't see what the problem is. Y'all need to relax. Hey. Interesting. Ghost. You're being an awfully big turd, friend. Where are you? Are you here?
Slipped away.
Excuse me. Mamala. You better chill the hell out. She needs her meds. No, she needs her milk. Look, Pulte's there. Just do it. Are you a mare? Oh, God. Mimic is there, too. I need to wait 10 seconds on those. Oh, you sneaky, sneaky old piece of crap. You trying to say something, Grandma? What you trying to say? She's turned on the drill. Hey, set the motion sensor off again, please. Where you at? Walk around, bruh. There you are. There we go. We'll hit it with a smudge. Holy crap, lady. Get out of here. God, nobody wants you. To be fair, I think the car's owner's probably dead. Give Give me these two and give me this. Hi, caramba. Where can you review the chat rules? I'm pretty sure if you click the cog wheel at the bottom of the chat, it allows you to look at the rules. If I remember correctly. Listen, dude. Are you the thing? Like, you're not doing the thing. You sound pretty normal speed. I assume my sanity is done. I do have a timer going. Just in case. That seemed kind of normal. Let's get this. Call 911. Go back into the garage. Grandma. Grandma. Hey, what's up, Riley? The rework has been awesome. Tis been great, friend. Tis been great. Ooh, that is not a spirit. That's a mare or a pulte. I mean, I guess I could line up items and try it that way. I suppose. But now it's feeling more like a mare. The fact that it's not messing with any of that stuff. I'll give it the magical conch. Has it done anything in the light? Well, the only, I mean, no ghosts are going to do really much in the light. That right there. That right there. That right there. Little pencil. Put that right there. Anything over here? Oh, there's the other cruci burn. That's all right. That there. Just giving it all kinds of fun stuff to play with. All kinds of fun. And then it turns off the power because it's a jerk and we hate it. Is that in the basement? Yep. Let's wait for it to hunt. Let us wait. Because I don't even really need that. I do have the hiding literally right here. Where are the orbs? What? Like, am I missing something here? No, I can't have orbs. What? Wait. Wait. I literally have writing. Wait. I totally forgot we had writing. Hold on. Hold on. Moroi speed? Did you hear the speed? Like, am I the only one that heard a speed change? Based on these ghosts right now, I'd say that's a Moroi, but I swear to God, I thought I heard a speed change. Hey, Serpent. Sure as hell's not DO. Facts. Well, no, there was no line of sight. It didn't see me at the beginning of that hunt at all. Yeah. What the hell? I don't know what my sanity is. I'm on Nightmare. Yeah, I can't look at it. Nope, can't look at it. Wow. Wow. All right, yeah, I could get it to hunt again. Norm, what do you think? Hunt again? Also, you know what? Hold on. Let's do this. Did your sanity suddenly tank? I don't think so. Here, let's get these. Yeah, we'll do the sanity meds in the middle of the hunt. Do it this way. So I need to make sure got this. Got a smudge on me just in case right there. Over here, turn that on. That on. There we go. All right. When it starts hunting, what we're going to do is we're going to take the sanity so that way we can hear it slow down. That threw me for such a loop. That was so freaking weird. I swear I thought I heard speed change. Really weird, my little ghosty. Yeah. Wow. Wow. That is definitely 100% a Moroi. Yeah. So that's just a fun little trick that you can do in the middle of the hunt if you're not sure if it's a Moroi. What you can do is you can take sanity and then you'll actually hear the ghost get slower. Yeah. Granny hella slow now. Wind, would you shut up? Shut up. Gonna go splat a firelight. Ugh. I'm not. I don't care. Oh, wait. Where's Norm? Hold on. I'll get him. Sorry. Sorry. Hold, please. Hey, Rosie. Thank you for the raid. How was your stream? I'll go get him. Sorry. You want less Roy? You got to pay for that. Sorry, man. The regular one's free. Save him. You got it. There's a little buddy. Norm the gnome. It's Norm. He's travel size. Do we have time for the update? Yeah, it's going to happen at 7 a.m. Oh my goodness gracious. Well then. Friends, I think this is a good time to depart because I need to actually attempt to get sleep so that way we can be up and at 'em for whenever the drops happen. So if you are unaware, drops are going to happen along with the public release of the new Tanglewood at 7 a.m. Eastern time. 7 a.m. Eastern. And you better believe we'll be playing it. I will be live. Yep. Yep, indeed. What are the drops for? Because of the new Tanglewood. So technically you have 2 badges you can get as of right now. Well, starting at 7 a.m. The animated badge by watching a Kinetic partner like me on Twitch. Or you can complete Tanglewood 50 times and you can get that badge as well. That badge is, we don't know what the badge looks like, but it's over here. Through this. Yep, yep. All right. I'm going to end it in the other places, friends. I appreciate you. We're going to go raid on Twitch here in a second, and then I'm going to attempt to sleep, and then be up and ready and awake to do the things. All right. Let us go. YouTube, Keek, TikTok. Thank you, friends. I appreciate all the loves. Always. Thank you, thank you. Let's go find somewhere to go, friends. Let's all go. Thank you, Mr. Song. All right, there's that. There's that. Also, friends, if you want to get updates about when I go live, if you want to, like, if you need a Discord notification or anything like that, I do have a Discord. The rest of the socials are there. Patreon's free to join. All the things. All the things. Sinister, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. What's up, Sten? Rosie, I hope you had a good stream. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let's close down Phasmers. Let's close down the Phasmers. No, I got you. I appreciate you. Oh, let's see. There it is. Oh, thank you, Rosie. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I would typically be going a bit longer than what I'm going right now, but gotta attempt to get some sleep. I'm gonna try to. Oh, of course. I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you. Thank you all so stinking much. I'm excited for tomorrow, man. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Just even more games. Even more vidges. Need to be up at 6 a.m. tomorrow anyway for your new schedule. Oh, gross. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. Thank you, Fluffy. All right, we are going to say hi. You know what? That's where we're going to go. Sure. Stop it. They have been live for a very short amount of time. They're also going to be doing early access and their kinetic partners, and they're going to be doing the drops too. It's Aegis and Pred. We love us some Aegis and Pred. Lurk the stream. Does that count? Yes, 100%. You do not have to be active for the drop to count. Yeah. Sissy, you're very welcome. You are very welcome. All right, friends, if you are a follower, that's for you. Sub, the second message is for you. Creepy tier 3s, that is for you. I'm excited for tomorrow. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be fun. Lots of Tanglewoods. We might even sprinkle some regular maps, like some other maps in between it too. That way we don't want to burn ourselves out on it for sure. But let us go raid. Thank you all for the subs today. Thank you so much for all the love always, friends. Thank you for the follows and the raids and the subs and the bits and all the things and all the great messages. You all are too freaking kind. I love you all, and I will see you tomorrow for drops and fun. Bye.